What's up everyone, and welcome back to the channel, B.Silent Gamer. Today we're in gold rank, this time on Luna Snow. This match was all about positioning, tempo, and knowing when to support versus when to apply pressure. Luna Snow really shines when the team plays around her utility, and once we found our rhythm, the game started to swing in our favor. I appreciate everyone who's been supporting the journey, and if you enjoy this type of ranked gameplay, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Alright, let's get into the gameplay. For this round, we will be defending first. For my team, you have myself as Luna Snow, we have a Emma Frost, we have a Moon Knight, a Rocket Raccoon, a Penny Parker, and a Spider-Man. I was trying to give Spider-Man Flake, but he was too far away. I did not want to just walk off the map right there, so ended up giving it to Emma Frost. Seen my video earlier. It's a really good spot for that penny nest. Just gonna be playing inside the penny nest as it heals me and gives me overshield. So kind of just waiting on them to push forward here now. End up taking out the penny nest, so pretty vulnerable. And I pop clap here, start applying some pressure as they are starting to walk out in open space and we can actually see them. End up helping taking out the Scarlet Witch. And anytime I'm getting a clap, I'm just clapping. Does really good damage, really good burst healing. That Scarlet Witch was so close. And just clapping for that burst healing. Kind of stonewalling them right here, so it's not really much for me to do except for keep my team alive. Aiming for that Rocket Raccoon to see if we could take him out the fight, and then Emma ended up getting him, so it's looking to try to freeze her right there, but Spider-Man ends up grabbing her, so 4 of us on the team actually can stun her out of her ult, so pretty hard counter for her ult. Making sure Spider-Man is healed in the flank. Like that he at least came back into sight line. Don't really know what my Emma's doing right there. She's literally just standing completely still while the rest of the team is fighting, so they end up pushing forward. We end up double support ulting here, but the other team also did it. And then Wanda ends up getting her ult. I couldn't freeze her as I was mid ult, so a couple of my teammates ended up dying. But it was a pretty good hold right there. We held them 40 seconds left. So that was a really good hold right there. Shouldn't have much time to push. Trying to heal the Spider-Man, but he was out of sight line, so not much I can actually do. Again, just trying to heal my tanks. Thought maybe I could hit Moon Knight over there. I ended up taking out the Wanda. Emma popped ult. I ended up getting a Rocket Raccoon. Was gonna take the one-on-one with him if I didn't get hit by that penny mine on the other team. Ended up getting hit by the strange ult. Did not see him jump up, so it's on me. Good thing Rocket had his revive down, and we were able to take him out pretty quick. And just trying to get a good angle to get my teammates. Sometimes they walk in the sight line, sometimes they don't, so. Penny was one tap, but we ended up taking out the penny. I'm just trying to get to the Spider-Man, but again, it's just too far. He's out of sight line. I can't sacrifice the rest of the team heals to have Spider-Man be alive. Again, throwing out my freeze anytime I can, anytime I know I won't need it. I tried to freeze it right there, just didn't get it off in time. And Penny kind of left me to dry right there as she was retreating. Not sure much we could really do right there though. It would have been a 2v6 or 2v5, so it's not really in our favor. End up taking the Wanda out. I'm frontlining right here, doing 1v1 with this Penny. Not very great for me. The rest of the team ends up walking in there and taking me out, and they end up getting a second point. My team is pretty good. They were able to capture point without me being there at all, so. Again, making sure I get my flake down on at least somebody. And taking out penny nests as I can. End up popping ult here to save my teammates. I got stunned by Doctor Strange. And using my clap, that's burst damage, that's burst healing, and we ended up getting killed by a flanking Punisher. In hindsight, now that I'm looking back on it, I should have seen the bullets miss across me a bunch of times and just turned, but I didn't see it when I was in the heat of battle. So whole team's dead. I don't really want to push up in front line here. The only person that was alive was Spider-Man. I only have 10 seconds to push before OT starts, so. Luckily, I got back into the penny nest before I died right there. That would have been a big mistake. It's really good ult right there by Moon Knight to kind of stall the point. And using my clap, end up taking out the Punisher and I missed my freeze right there. Took out the Punisher and the Luna, but then I ended up missing my freeze right there on the Wanda. That would have been the best freeze of all time if I could have got it off. Ended up pushing it 0.2. The end of that round, I am 12-6 with 9 assists, 3 final hits, 8.7k damage, 4.7k damage blocked, 6.4 healing with 44% accuracy. So here we could hear the penny set up mines right outside the doorway. So instructed the team to go outside the other doorway. Some of them did, some of them just shot the mines and walked through. But trying to take out the penny nest, successfully did that. Now my team can kind of walk forward a little bit. Have a Punisher up top. End up hitting a really cool freeze on him and ended up getting the final hit on him. Ended up taking out the Rogue. Constantly moving the flake around, trying to flake anybody that I can. Ended up hitting a nice freeze right there. That probably saved my life. Trying to keep my Emma up as she's in there. 1v5 right now. It's the thing about Penny on these maps. You can't push forward too much. Trying to keep my team alive. Oof. Since they're playing Phoenix, our Rocket ult is almost useless if she has ult, but end up dying to the Punisher. Trying to regroup with the rest of my team here. They end up switching. Penny ends up switching to Jeff. So now we are triple support. Moon Knight ends up popping ult. I end up taking out the Rocket Raccoon, and I took out the Penny. Kind of popped ult here too early. It's kind of a waste of an ult. I could have saved it, but you live and you learn. I see Spider-Man up there fighting, looking to give him some flake to kind of help him out. Now we have triple support. I don't fully have to focus on him so much. Other two supports have an easier time aiming to give him heals, so end up shooting out the Squirrel Girl ult, so didn't take any damage there. Trying to push up with the Penny. Not much I could really do. Playing aside the Jeff ult right now, trying to take out this Squirrel Girl. Now since we're triple support, I'm more damage heavy, but I end up dying. Emma ends up switching to Venom, a little bit more mobility, a bit more of dive tank. So again, tried to shoot the Squirrel's ult down, but I just didn't put out enough damage to end up dying. Not looking so good for us right now. Having trouble moving the cart. Having trouble just moving forward in general. Really all up to Moon Knight. Moon Knight ends up dying, but he does get his ult off before he dies. There's a big ult that helped us to move forward. Playing with the Rocket ult. Kind of all grouped up right here. End up taking out the Penny, taking out the Rocket. Healing my team from long range. And we won that fight. I have ult for next fight, so should be able to save my team if needed. Gonna make sure my whole team's fully healed. believe our Spider-Man switched to Squirrel Girl, so it's at least on the ground now. That helps out a lot. Giving my Flake on the Moon Knight as he's currently our best player, so best player gets Flake. I don't really know why their Luna popped ult right there. Not sure if there's any pressure on her, but that helps us out. I don't have to worry about her stalling. I end up taking out the Phoenix right here. And I end up popping ult right there at the end just in case Punisher tried to get crazy. We end up winning this game 3-2. Moon Knight is our MVP. So I finished this game 23-9 with 14 assists, 9 final hits, 14.2k damage, 9.5k damage blocked, 13.2k healing with a 46% accuracy. I actually out-damaged DPS who was on Spider-Man most of the round, so we needed that extra damage to help us get past. But if you would like more content like this, please like, comment, and subscribe. This is B.Silent with B.Silent Gaming, and I'm out.